Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Hoover Bucs head lacrosse coach John Wittig. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome back, Coach.
Appreciate it. Always fun.
All right. So you had a rough couple of weeks since we last spoke. Let's talk about some of those games.
Okay. Yeah, pretty tough.
All right. Yeah. Back on the 11th of April, you played Auburn, lost to them 15-5. Take us through it.
Yeah, that was a great team this year. They went undefeated in the regular season.
Wow.
Obviously, including that game where we played them down there. It was a weird one. There was a weather delay or a weather cancellation earlier in the seasons, which we had to go down there on a Friday, which is always unfortunate, making that 2-hour trip. And I thought we came out with the right game plan. They're just a really good, cohesive unit.
Sure.
Very experienced, a lot of seniors. And they showed up in the second half. And we had a huge injury in that game, lost our faceoff guy, Harper Richardson. He's a senior.
Yeah.
Didn't play anymore in the season, which really bummed everybody out.
Right.
Kind of messed with our mojo a little bit. He was a senior who had been playing all 4 years and a guy who was really good. And so losing him in that game definitely cost us.
That was tough. Yeah, I could see that. Then you turn right around the next day and beat Huntsville 13-5. Great win.
Yeah. And they're like I think we mentioned on the last show, they're a team that's up and coming, and I think they showed up in that game for sure. It was very tight at half. I do not remember the score at halftime, but it was a tight game. And then we had our senior day celebration. I think we kind of locked back in the second half and came out swinging, kind of cleaned it up there. But it was, like I said, it was close, within 1 or 2 goals at the halftime.
Sure.
And I think they're looking to play in the Honor Cup, which is new this year. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the show, but it looks like they're probably going to end up playing this Saturday at Hoover High School in the Honor Cup. So that's a pretty solid team.
Yeah, very good. So then on the 14th, couple of days after, you played Mountain Brook, lost to them 13-6. How did that game go?
Yeah, they just have a crazy defense. They've had some guys that have experience on the offensive end, and so they jumped out to a huge lead, but we just couldn't get anything going. That game looks really a lot better than it really was on the scoreboard because they got out to an 11-0 lead.
Wow.
Just we couldn't do anything.
Right.
And by that point, that means the clock turns to hot and it doesn't stop the rest of the game. So we just tried to claw back a little bit, couldn't really make anything happen.
All right. So then you moved on to the playoffs. On the 22nd, you played Vestavia. Boy, that's a tough draw.
Yeah.
Tough draw.
It is. Back-to-back defending champions, state champions. I feel like it's kind of been leading to this moment the whole season. We started off against them. We've been talking about them the whole year.
Right. And here they are again.
And here we go. So they've ended a lot of our seasons, unfortunately.
Right.
And we thought we could, kind of flip the script. And I think we, again, had a good game plan. We were locking off their best player who's going to D1, and he didn't catch the ball for a quarter and a half, and then he caught the ball 5 times, scored 5 goals.
Boom, boom, boom.
So
it's
just one of those guys.
That's the way it happens.
You can't let him touch it, and then when he does, he makes you pay for it.
Right. Gotcha.
So they've turned into a juggernaut, and they're also going to be playing Saturday in the state championship game. So that'll be an interesting one.
Okay. So, Coach, that's the end of the season. It's been a pretty good season, though.
Yep.
You've got some great players. Can you recall any anecdotal stories about the team this year?
Yeah, I mean, we played so many games. These guys are just really, they're resilient. They played through so many games. They probably played more games than we had practices when I started out, which may be a little bit of an exaggeration. But like if you add in the JV plus the varsity, just because we had such a small amount of dudes, we had to play them both games a lot of times. So 29, 30 games throughout the season is quite a few. So, I mean, these guys, like I said, are just really tough, really resilient.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to see what they bring next year, especially losing so many seniors. We lost 8 seniors, I think, this year.
Wow.
And then next year we'll only have 2. So it'll be quite a change.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a fun team. So this is my 4th year with this as the head coach.
Yeah.
So these were my guys from when they were freshmen.
Oh, wow.
I worked all the way up with,
for
their senior year. So, it's going to be tough losing some of these guys for sure.
Yeah. Talking about the seniors, you said 8 of them. What have they meant to the team and to you?
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, them bringing my first class that I brought all the way up.
Right.
They've been a part of my coaching career for sure. So I feel like, guys I mentioned Harper earlier, Jacob Patton and Shy Rice, all these guys are going together, and they're staying together, rooming together at UAH,
nice.
playing on the team. So
Yeah,
those, very
good.
tight. Pretty cool to watch them come together.
Yeah.
They all go to different high schools right now, which is kind of cool. Now they're all going to go to the same college. And of course, they play for the same team in high school, but
Yeah.
So those guys are going to be really special for a long
Yeah.
time, and they have the accolades to prove that, the achievement, all state honors and things like that that really mean the world to them, and I think will
Right.
stay with the program and leave a legacy
Yeah.
on us as well.
Really kind of bittersweet, though, to lose all those guys that you brought up from puppy size, right?
For sure, yeah, it is. I'm glad that they're continuing to play and still have a love for and a passion for the game. But yeah, it definitely is going to be tough to not have them on the sideline because they've been there my entire head coaching career. So
Right.
It'll be a change for sure.
Okay. So looking forward, you've got the 2026 season. You mentioned only 2 seniors on that team. It's going to be a fairly young team. Tell us about it.
It is, but I think the beauty of that is that we knew that was happening. So that's why
Yeah.
we kind of prepared by playing so many games this year. So we got a lot of experience under our belt. And these guys that are transitioning from sophomore to junior, freshman to sophomore class, they started a bunch of games. They played a lot. So we've already got a lot of experience built in. And I think that'll show up when it comes time next year.
Yeah.
When these guys are bigger, faster, stronger.
Right.
As we saw from this past season, the jump from freshman to sophomore, or even 8th grade to freshman, some of those guys really shot up and showed out this season. So I can't wait to see what they do next year. Honestly, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, good deal. Well, Coach, that's our final show. We have certainly enjoyed and appreciate your time in doing this with us.
Yeah.
And as always, we appreciate you. Join us over at PrepsNet.com for all of your sports information and news. So long.